Glad you could join us. It's time now for our interview segment with nau-tv's Mitch Strohman.
Teresa, we're talking sustainability here on Inside NAU with the Sustainability Coordinator at Northern Arizona University, Brian McLaren. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Sustainability, what is that?
You know, sustainability is kind of a funny concept that in our society is gaining traction and getting kind of trendy. Typically when we think about sustainability, we're talking about how we can live our lives currently and ensure that we can continue to do that in the future. And in that process, we think of kind of three main things, the triple bottom line of sustainability: the economic side of that, the social side of that, and the environmental side of that. And as sustainability is kind of coming into light in our society and becoming more prevalent, we're starting to think more about those three and how they interact with each other. So it's no longer just about what's sustainable for the environment, for different species, for our forests up here in Northern Arizona, but how can we proceed with our lives, and especially at Northern Arizona University, operate in a way that we can continue to do so in the future.
It's interesting, Brian, because NAU to me is, when you describe that and when you see the programs, when you see what the university is up to in relative to sustainability, this university is really kind of on the cutting edge of higher education and sustainability, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we go to kind of nationwide sustainability conferences all the time, like ASHE, the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. And one of the things I hear all the time as a representative of NAU is that we are kind of not only one of the foundational institutions for these organizations, but for sustainability in this country and internationally in a lot of the exchange programs we participate in. We became a leader, especially President Hager really put us in a place where we could move forward and kind of guide other universities along that path also.
I'm glad you mentioned Dr. John Hager, president of NAU, because I want to dive a little bit into his goal for this university by 2020 to have this mountain campus being carbon neutral. Talk about that goal and how it is that you and what you do is helping to achieve that goal for Northern Arizona University.
Yeah, the carbon neutral goal by 2020 that President Hager has set for us is really a great one, and his leadership in bringing the entire community into that goal and into that process has been really phenomenal for me to be a part of, especially as sustainability coordinator. I mean, such an achievable goal. I think one of the things that we talk about nationwide is 2020 is coming up quickly. And we're one of the few institutions that has set a goal that's coming up that quickly, that is that close. A lot of other universities are looking at 2030, 2050, in fear that the process of becoming carbon neutral is going to take longer. One of the things that President Hager has really set us up for, though, is the building of a foundational grassroots effort with top-down vice presidential level support for the grassroots movement towards a culture of sustainability. And the carbon neutral goal that's involved in that is so achievable. What needs to happen in order to get to that goal, though, is that we need to really come together in the next couple years and move towards projects.
You really feel that it's an achievable goal by 2020. I
Absolutely.
can tell just by hearing the enthusiasm in your voice, and you've even said that directly.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who's really focused on student engagement and community building at institutions of higher education throughout my undergraduate, graduate, and professional career, I mean, we have the ability to do so, very much so. It is very achievable. The question is how we as a whole community move forward towards that. We have a wide range of hurdles and obstacles in our way, many of which are financial. So when we talk about that, one piece of the triple bottom line in sustainability is that our economic sustainability. How can we operate such a large institution, a university, on budget and become more sustainable? And the great thing about the carbon neutral goal and our kind of push for a culture of sustainability is that it really combines all three of those. And we're finding that by becoming economically sustainable, we are doing things that are setting us up for environmental sustainability. We're not polluting our environment as much. We can do things that save us money and are good for our community, the social piece, and our environment that we live in.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to around 8 or 9 years or so from
Yep.
now, sitting down with you again on Inside NAU and talking about how we've achieved carbon neutrality at this
Absolutely.
mountain campus at the year 2020 on the goal set by President John Hager. Brian, it's been a treat. Thank you so much for joining us here on Inside NAU.
Thank you.